Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another trading session with the In the Zone Trader. Getting a little situated here. All right, let's look at the NQ daily chart, shall we? We've had this inverted hammer under the 21 EMA 3 days ago. We had a bullish hammer here that just didn't hold. We never even looked to trigger it to the upside. And then now we have this big bearish candle underneath this area. We are very close to 25,000, which I would believe would be the target for the bears. We got all the way down to 25,000, 2375. Let's look at the ES daily. ES daily, I would imagine 6,800 would be the target for the bears. But we are in this area of support right here. Let's go to the NQ 800. We have about 4 minutes before market opens. Let's check to see if there's any news today. President Trump was speaking at 8:30 a.m. this morning, so I don't know what the outcome of that was. Did it move the market? Maybe bullish. Let's see here. 10 o'clock a.m. we have pending home sales month over month and construction spending month over month. That could potentially move the market, so we'll keep an eye on that. Just make sure I have my alarm set for the 10 o'clock candle. Yep. Okay. All right, let's see. We have 3 minutes till market opens. Got to draw some new trend lines here. You have this one. We have this one, but we're breaking it right now. We have this one, which we're testing. And then as far as bearish trend lines, we have this one. Don't have this one anymore. And then we have this more immediate one right here. Okay, we just triggered this bearish signal here, but it's right at 200, which could be an area of support. We have about 30 seconds before market opens. did hit target. All right, market just opened. Making our way down the VWAP, potentially. Okay, bullish trigger here, but we're in an area of resistance here, so let's see. See what it wants to do. Okay, there's that failure I was worried about. Bearish signal hit target. We're reapproaching the bottom of this candle here. All right. Let's go ahead and move this. Wanted to get it here at VWAP. I missed it. Would have gotten instant 15 points. I missed that one. This is the bullish signal right there. I missed the bearish signal too. Might be chasing at this point, so trying to get that bounce up now. Can we get it? Nope. Oh, I hate when that happens. You get stopped out and it goes. Okay, we got like 6 points out of that, I think. Tried to go short at VWAP and it didn't work. There we go. Okay, we're starting to break out. Alright, so this was the bullish signal here. We have 200 potentially in the way, but it is just going for it. There it is. Alright, there's a bearish signal here, but I didn't like it. But it just hit target right there. Another bearish signal here. In the middle of this bullish signal. Don't like mixed signals. Hey, good morning, Tyler. How's it going, bro? Okay, this is actually another bearish signal here. Okay, missed it. Happened way too fast. Yeah, sure. I think the risk reward tool makes more sense when you're going for those one-to-one moves, which I'm not. Oh, I'm basically looking at the potential measured move, and if I don't think the measured move is going to make it because of obstacles, then I don't take the trade. That's why I keep using the risk reward tool. I'm measuring out the potential move that the market wants to take on that particular candle, the signal candle. Like, for example, right here, I mean, it's obvious that the measured move is going to run into VWAP, the 34 EMA, so I don't take this move here. I mean, this one's more obvious. But if it's not obvious, I will draw out the move. But this is the move I'm keeping a track of, right? This is the bullish move that did trigger. This is the expected move of that move to the upside. The target is 87.50. I don't take any other bullish trades unless this move is over, whether we hit the target or whether we hit the stop loss. Because this was the very first bullish candle that triggered to the upside. And there you go, you see it hit its target. Now I'm looking for another setup. This would be it right here, but I got stopped out. And I probably shouldn't have taken that, because if you actually do the measured move here, you'll see that it's above standard deviation, above the trend line, above the golden ruler. So that was not a very smart entry by me. But now we can go bearish. Because the expected move, there's nothing really in the way except this 8 EMA, and the 8 EMA is not really that strong. I got a little bit on that one. I don't think I got much. I'll try it again. Now we did trigger to the upside here, so the measured move would be at 25.25, but remember last time I tried doing that, it didn't work because we have standard deviation in the way, golden ruler in the way, and this trend line in the way. But it might work this time. I'm just trying to play the probabilities. We are kind of in a range, so it's probably going to test this high up here and maybe fail. See, it's kind of stuck right now. Like it's really trying to break this level of resistance and it's having a hard time. But it is holding 200, so I might try to buy it at 200 if it wants to come back down. Okay, so let's see if we can get that bounce up now. Like buyers need to defend 200 here. There we go. We got 15 points there. You just have to try to read the market and see what makes sense from a probabilistic perspective. So now this candle hit the target, right? I am going to move my golden rule all the way down here. I'm going to delete all the lines that don't make sense anymore. And then I'm just waiting for another potential entry here. And it might be the bounce here off of VWAP, standard deviation, if we can get it and have it go back up. Alright, I think I got like 6 points on that one. I'm not gonna maybe I retest it. We'll see. We'll see how this candle closes. Yeah, we'll retest it. Alright, automatic stop loss. So that stinks. Probably going to try it again. We'll see if we can get a close above it. We did not. The entries are usually supposed to be the break of the direction you're trying to go, but I try to take them at a discount. So I try to see if we can get them near an area where it's going to bounce. Like here, it triggered to the downside, but I want to see if I can get it at a discount at 250. But I got stopped out. This was a bearish signal right here. But now I think it's turning into a bullish signal. So now we're going to try to see if we can take it to the upside. No. And that stinks. That happens sometimes. You get stopped out in both directions. I mean, it sucks when it happens, but see what this candle wants to do. We'll figure it out from here. Okay, we'll try it again. Did trigger to the upside, but I want to get it at a discount. We're also in a bullish trend. I probably shouldn't have taken that bearish signal there. We did have the EMA in the way as well. I'm still making mistakes. I know better. When I review the tape, I'm like, man, I shouldn't have done that. And see, now this is on its way to hitting the target, and it just did. The bigger target's probably going to be 300. So what I might do is try to see if I can buy it here at 77.50, hold this standard deviation level, and see if we can make our way up to 300. Now I just needed to go up and hit my 15 points. I don't want it to reverse like that. Alright, that's good. That's a good sign. It's a very good sign. That's not good. Okay. That one stings a little bit because we were positive 8 points only to go all the way down to -6. So we're talking a 14-point difference there. That really sucks. So now I'm going bearish, but it was from this candle right here. And this was the original move I was looking for. It just sucks that we got stopped out and then it did it. Okay, this is a really good bullish setup here. Now we just needed to go to 300 essentially. My target's 98.75, but It's not doing what I want it to do when I get in, and that's really, really frustrating. And then you can see, boom, it gets the bounce. So that, like, that is super duper frustrating. There's that move to 300 I've been talking about for the last 3 moves. Yeah, at this point, I'm going to wait to see what happens after 300. It just sinks that I've gotten 3 stop losses since then. But I knew it was going to 300. I just don't want to take big candle risks. And now we need 300 to hold and continue going higher now. This thing doesn't look like it wants to go. It's holding though. I'll add a contract. Starting to look like the bulls actually do want to hold 300. Okay. Now can we get the move up? We did. Okay. My ninja just froze, so... My ninja froze. That sucks. I believe I'm out of all my trades. Alright, let me restart my ninja. I don't know what's going on. Alright, let's restart Ninja. Doug has seen this happen a few times on the stream, especially during critical times. The most important thing you can do is just keep cool and not freak out. Because when you freak out, you start doing some pretty drastic things. I want to ask you guys too, does the audio sound good on your end? I've been having some varying levels of quality in terms of the audio when I play back the videos. Okay. Is it good that the music is low? I don't want the music to be a distraction. I just want it to be sort of background. But if the music's at a good level, let me know. Alright, it's 10 o'clock. We got 10 o'clock news. So let's reframe everything here. Alright, can you guys see my screen now? I didn't know why NinjaTrader froze there. It's not like I did anything crazy. Been trying to get this entry. I missed it by a tick. It ended up hitting target, but I don't know if all the accounts got to experience in that profit, if that makes any sense. It will be transition when we break the golden ruler right here, which we just did. So another bullish signal here. I could try to take it at this EMA. Or I could see if it wants to come down to the standard deviation level. I'm probably going to lean more towards standard deviation level. What is the 2340 line? Up here, this is the golden ruler. Okay, can we get a bounce up now? Buyers are trying to defend the standard deviation level here. Sellers are trying to push through it. There's a strong part of me that wants to get out of this trade now, but I'm just gonna let it play out. It's definitely a battle zone. It looks like it wants to work sometimes. There we go. Gosh, okay. I'm glad I battled fear there and just let it work. And if I get stopped out, it's okay. It's not like my risk is that much to begin with. Yeah, I gotta hold fast to the rules. So that one was maybe 6 points. I don't like this area for either direction, so I think I'm just gonna wait until we clear this trading range. So we got a fresh bullish trigger here. Yeah, I'm in profit. We climbed out of that hole right before my Ninja Trader froze. All right, so here's a good example of using the risk reward tool. Tyler, goes back to your original question, is to show the measured move. The measured move of this signal candle shows that the target is up here at 51.25, right? My stop loss would be underneath 12.25. Now this is if I was doing a true one-to-one, but as you know, I'm not doing a true one-to-one. I am trying to get these trades at a discount where I'm only risking 6 points to make 15. But look at where the target is. The target is above 350. That's a potential area of resistance. We also have the golden ruler up here, another area of resistance, because this is the high right now. And so I don't end up taking any sort of trade, even at a discount, if I see that the potential measured move is going to have a hard time hitting its target, because this is all a game of probability. Now we're going to have a similar problem to the downside. Now if this triggers to the downside here, which it just did, you're going to go ahead and do the measured move there. The only thing it has in its way is the 34 EMA. Other than that, 300 is the target. So this trade actually is more likely to work than this trade here going to the upside. Does that mean I take it? No, I think we're kind of confused right now. And I'm just going to be a little bit more patient. If I was going to take it, I would have taken it right here, because see how we rejected the standard deviation level to the downside, and we would have gotten 13 points. It would have pulled us back, so probably would have gotten like 7 or 8 points out of that trade right there. But I don't know. I'm just trying to take higher quality trades, because what's gotten me in trouble the last 3 or 4 days is I've been taking a ton of mediocre setups, and it has added up. And it has just put me in a really tough spot. So I'd rather just wait for higher quality trades. Now we do have a trend line that looks like this now too. And notice what happens when we just touched the 34 EMA. We're bouncing off of it, right? Does that mean I take a bullish trade here? No, we're not setting up for anything bullish right now. If anything, we're looking bearish. And we're finally, it looks like we're probably going to throw going. Yep, there it is. There's a target. So this trade is now over. This trade is now over. Now I'll look for a new trade. A new setup. So I'm going to wait to see what this candle wants to do. If it ends up closing underneath 300, then we might look to take a bearish setup here. If it closes above 300, no, Okay, cool. So here we go. I'm going to try to take a bearish signal. This is my bearish signal here. Probably going to... Okay. It didn't work. But this would have been the trade. It was actually a really good setup too. There was nothing in its way. But that was the ideal setup there. That was actually a pretty high quality setup. Now we might try to take this bullish signal here. There we go. That worked. All right. I hope you guys are starting to get it. I am starting to put together material for a course specific to my trading style. It's different than Mark's day trading course, which we taught this weekend, was very powerful, awesome, highly recommend. I know, Doug, you were part of that. Good to see you on there. I will be creating something related to my version of trading as well, which is more focused on scalping. Don't know how long it's going to take me to put that together, but I'm working on it right now. We have this upward trend line right here, and we're kind of stuck in a wedge at the moment on both sides, right? You can see we're in the middle of this wedge. We have lower highs and higher lows, and so something is going to give eventually, and we're going to get some sort of a breakout, one direction or the other, because it's going to build a lot of pressure. We did just hit target on this candle from 1011. We did retest the golden ruler and failed. We did trigger lower. Let me start deleting lines now. The problem with this bearish signal here is that we have this as a potential area of support. This is an obstacle here at the 34 EMA. So I don't know. Yeah, the reason why I buy at a discount is because it makes my risk reward always greater than 2 to 1. It literally didn't get me in. Do you guys see that? And now it's going without me. That was a $300 trade right there. Excuse me. Did not get me in. And that happens sometimes. Yeah, the goal is to keep your losers small and your winners big, so that if you take a few losers, you only need a handful of winners to erase them and be in green. So this bullish trade worked, hit its target. It was a 20-point move. It happened almost instantly. It's pretty crazy. All right, if this closes below 350, we take it bearish. If it closes above 350, we take it bullish. This is a pivotal candle. So let's see how it does. Looks like we're going to take it bearish if it comes up to 350, comes back up to 350. And now I just need it to sink. Flush, flush, flush. I personally don't like that it's hesitating like this, but we're just going to be patient here. There we go. I think we got 6 or 7 points on that trade. It would have hit my 15, but... So do you guys understand why I took it bearish here? The 1018 candle. Does that one make sense to everybody? Like I'm willing to talk about it move by move. I think it'll make it easier as I explain it out loud. This is actually kind of an A+ setup here. The only thing that I would have liked more is if we didn't have that 34 in the way underneath here. But notice we broke the upward trend line. We held the downward trend line. We closed below 350. We closed below the 8 EMA. We closed below the standard deviation. And we triggered lower. And I got my 15 points at a discount. Or I didn't quite get 15. You saw I would have gotten 15 if I didn't have my ATM strategy having me trail like that. But it would have been 15 points. So here, you're getting the opposite setup, but notice what's in the way. Standard deviation's in the way. So I didn't take it to the upside here. I think standard deviation is a very strong level of an obstacle. So I don't want to get in its way. But yes, if there was no standard deviation here, we would have taken the bounce off 350, hoping that we go up. This candle is like what... This candle did exactly what this candle should have done if we didn't have the 34, if we didn't have the standard deviation level in the way. Notice it triggered, came down, retested 350, and boom, went up 15 points. we finally got this move to finish its measured move. It didn't stop out either. See that? It hit its target, and now we potentially could see some profit taking. I don't know. Now I need to redraw my candles, or my trend lines rather, because they're different now. We have new information. We have this potential bearish trend line here that could act as resistance. So I can't take any bullish trades at the moment. Now the question is, does this downward trend line still act as resistance? Yes or no? Or are we going to break? So we did trigger to the upside here, but I got a really big candle with a really big measured move, 23 points. We're almost at the target. That's crazy. All right, we just hit the target there. But it's having a really hard time closing above the standard deviation level. All right. See, it's trying. It's trying. So now we wait and see what this candle wants to do. And that'll determine our next move. So if we continue getting a bullish candle like this, I will take it at the standard deviation level right there. Oop. Just immediate rejection. I think I got lucky I didn't get filled there. But the idea here is we would have held standard deviation and we would have gone up, make a brand new high. And now that this kind of changes things. So I got really lucky I didn't get filled there. So now we have a bearish signal here, but we have a ton of support underneath us. So I'm not looking to take any sort of setup here either. But notice this little wick here, or big wick I should say, is a lower high. So we are going to draw this trend line here. Now we have a bullish signal here as well, bouncing off of 350, and so we have two trades that are going on at the same time, and that's confusion. So it's better to just sit on your hands and wait and see what it wants to do. All right, so the bullish target hit. I mean, that's one heck of a candle. 33 point candle in like 20 seconds. That's insane, right? And so now this is the candle I'm going to pay attention to, because notice how it's bouncing off of the standard deviation level here. Problem with this candle though is that its measured move is, oh, it's right at 400. It might be okay. It might be okay to take it. So I'm going to try to buy it here at the standard deviation level and then hope we get a bounce up to test 400. And if I don't get the pullback to get me in, that's okay. It's fine. You're going to miss a lot of trades. That's part of trading. At this point I might move it to right there. See if it wants to come back down before going up and testing 400. But I mean, the bulls are also really strong too. I mean, look at this big bullish candle. I don't know if we are going to get that pullback. And instead we go up and we're probably going to hit 400. There it is. So now the question is, what are we going to do here? I'm going to wait for this candle and see what we're going to do next. I missed it. I was going to go bearish. I'm moving it to break even. I don't like this. It's either going to flush or... Alright, I'm okay being out there. It's fine. If you guys are wondering why I took it bearish there, it's because it held under 400 here. It held under 400 here. So I decided, you know what? I think it might hold under 400. But then you saw it just, as soon as I got in, it went above it. So I decided to get out when I could. And I'm glad I did. So now we're going to go and do the bullish version of this trade. So see if it wants to come back down to 400 and get us up. Because now this is the trade that just triggered to the upside. This candle right here. Market doesn't look like it wants to pull back right now. So those two accounts that you see, Doug, are my take profit trader accounts. That's another prop firm I use, and one of them is being used across all of my groups, and the other one is being used across 2 of my 4 groups. I'm trying to trade a total of 4 groups. I'm in my 4th group right now. I'm not looking to hit very big targets today, at least just $150 per group, because I have an 11 o'clock call today, so I'm looking to get done sooner. But I hope that kind of makes sense. No, it's, well, kind of. Hold on, let me think what I want to do here. What do I want to do here? It did trigger up. So some accounts, Doug, are only hitting $150 because they're in one group, and that's my goal for that account. And some accounts are hitting more because I'm double dipping and quadruple dipping them. So the $465 you see here is how much P&L I've made across 3 groups, having that one account being triple dipped so far. Yeah, the 260 is another set of groups. Yeah, 450 right now is, we haven't tested it yet. We've only gone to 49.75, so I want to see it actually touch 450, and then I'll see what it wants to do here. And it looks like we want to reject. So it did trigger lower. I don't know about this one. We're in such a strong bullish. Let me look at the 15-minute and see where we're at. Oh yeah, we're definitely in these strong area of resistance here. If you guys could see it, I'll draw. I'll draw it for you. There it is. Boom. We're in that zone right now on the 15-minute. Let's go back to the 800 and see. Yeah, you know what's really frustrating, guys, is you knew you saw me getting stopped out 3 or 4 times at one time, knowing that it was gonna go to 300. So imagine like not getting stopped out 4 times. That's $125 including fees each stop loss. So that's $250. That's $500 P&L wasted, which really stinks. It really does stink when I'm right and I end up getting stopped out only for the move to work. But you know, that is the premise of the system I'm using right now. I'm trying to keep my stop losses small, so I'm okay with that, I suppose. I say that out loud and I'm like, am I really okay with that? I guess I have to be, because what I would hate to do is give the trade a lot of wiggle room only for it to stop me out, and now I have a really big hole to climb out of, right? And at this point, I'm not even sure I want to go bearish. I don't. Does this look like it wants to come back down? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, if I would get bearish, I'd have to sell it right there and hope it holds. It didn't even get me in. Oh, that stinks. I would have gotten it and moved it at least to break even. We would have had a free trade. Didn't even get me in. See that, guys? And it would have worked. Oh, you just have to laugh at that, though. Otherwise, you're going to go crazy, you know? Like... Yeah, Doug, yesterday's price action the first hour was ridiculous. I ended up getting off stream and doing extremely well in my other groups afterwards. But man, that was so frustrating. Trying to take a short here still. I really believe. Okay, I tried. I moved it to break even. I wanted it to flush like the way it did here, but it doesn't look like it wants to do that. We did get a bullish signal here. We do have this little trend line here going. Oh, it still had me in the trade for some reason, and that stinks. You guys saw me cancel it. That's the other thing too about when you're dealing with multiple accounts, you're dealing with a trade copier, you're dealing with NinJaTrader sometimes freezing on you. You're going to have these technology glitches. Sometimes you have server problems. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with sometimes. I'm going to try to buy it at 450 if it doesn't hit its 64 target. See if it wants to come down, get me in, and go back up. Alright, we're in, and now I need that bounce up. Nope. Immediate rejection. That stinks. There's a part of me that still wants to take it here. Bullish. We'll move it to break even. Can we get it to go to 15? Come on, you got this. There we go. Keep going. Keep going. You're almost there. There we go. All right. If you guys were wondering why did I get in there, let me show you another way to trade the same type of candle. You use a Fibonacci retracement tool. You measure out the candle. Notice where we went. We pull back to 50% of the candle. This is called a 50% retracement. We literally went down to the 50% mark and rallied back up. I just noticed that pattern happening over and over and over. And so I bought it down here at 50%. We're also, the other thing that made me get in is we were also still above this trend line that we were holding. And so I decided to take a trade here, and we did get our 15 points. And now we actually got more than our 15 points. We hit the 1-to-1 from the original candle. That's another way to trade these candles too, is you look for that 50% retracement. Another way to get something at a discount, by the way. All right, guys, I actually am going to log off in just a minute here. Let's talk about our performance today. It was very rocky, but let's look at our performance. Our performance was actually, that's interesting, 50% on the mark. Isn't that crazy? Half winners, half losers. You guys saw the 3 or 4 losers that I wish we didn't take, and it would have worked, but just shows you the power of keeping your losers small and your winners big. You're able to make a good amount of money. Anyway, it was really good talking to you guys. I hope you guys understood the system a little bit more today. I will continue to discuss it, give examples, share my thought process out loud as we do this moving forward. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I look forward to seeing you guys on here tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day.